here's my question. I was trying to figure out between the news of Square Enix and the GTA stuff, and a couple other things sprinkled in there that we don't really need to dig into because now the broader question is able to be asked. So when you see a company like Square Enix making moves to try and right the ship and make their company better and go back to what they do, and you see Rockstar, who, as Dre said, just makes good games, successful games, more so even that, successful games that just make gobs of freaking money. Do you think that between what you see going on in the AA sphere, which is Expedition 33, and now and now Square Enix and Rockstar, they're both AAA companies, and so we can put them in that category. Do you feel as though we are heading back towards normalcy? Because if this was an earlier time, Rockstar would probably, I mean, yeah, granted, this game's been in production for over a decade. This is an unusual situation. But another thing, they would said, screw it, we're putting it out. We're not going to delay it because Shadows, Ubisoft, all the shit they do. Do you feel like we're getting back to where where the companies are actually starting to care about making the games good rather than getting them out fast just to feed the hunger?
I think this isn't a company thing. I think
Okay.
this is a shareholder thing.
Okay.
I think the shareholders are more or less uh, putting uh, laser weapons to people's faces at this point and saying, Daddy hasn't been able to buy his Maserati in a long time. And my side pieces and my skanky hoes that do unspeakable things to my under region do not want to come over to my mansion anymore. Then that's a problem. So y'all better get daddy his money or there's gonna be some consequences. That's the only thing I can assume that's actually forcing these people's hands. Because eventually when the money starts drying up, then the people with the real FU money start showing up and start making some demands.
Okay.
So based on what I understand, because I've seen it happen in real time.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it happen in real time. I've seen people that are under that own stock that happened to be a part of like the Trump administration before he was president and all that other stuff like that. That own stock in one of the companies I work for, and they showed up. It was kind of cool, but they kind of showed up and were like, "Hey, listen, I'm trying to get this bag of cocaine and party with these strippers, but I don't have the money to do that. So what are we doing?" So I will go on a limb and say that this is definitely a money move that's being forced by the powers that be, and not really the studios themselves. Because as we've seen over the last decade, they got no problem having their studios crash and die. They have no
Mhm.
problem with it. But the people that own those companies, they want their money, and so I think this is a big time money move.
Okay.
It's not even a meme. Dre would make such a good pimp. It's
He's
not
got
even
the
a meme.
glasses. He's got the pink
I
glasses.
do. I do have the glasses.
We've seen them.
That's true.
We've seen them.
That's true. I was raised with those people. Help me. My upbringing. It's a disaster. Help.
Uh,
He's
so
finally escaped the hood, Beardo.
Yeah, that's right. I'm out the hood.
Hey, congratulations.
So I can raise this one the right way. Dear Lord, help me.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you,
I'm glad you made the escape.
but so if this isn't a move towards the right direction, is gaming going to continue to be stagnant then? Because GTA 6 is a pinnacle of stuff. And for not for my sake, but for your guys' sake, because I know you guys are fans, I wanted to sell so that they can have it set and move on to something like Red Dead 3. Because Beardo mentioned there were some rumors this week which signs are pointing Red Dead 3. I know you guys are huge fans of that game. And I want you guys to get that game because you have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think they get past this so that they can get back to not just being GTA 6, but being other things, Rockstar specifically?
Well, yeah. So to answer your questions, and I want to see how Dre feels about it too, but I think the video game industry, as far as like the online live service games, and then you have your single player linear experiences, I think why can't they complement each other? Instead of we're going to put out this single player story mode game and we're going to pump it out as fast as we fucking can, which nowadays usually takes about 4 years, 5 years to put out a solid good game.
Yeah.
But then you have these live service games like Fortnite who have been king #1 since 2017. And you have Battlefield came out, and the last Battlefield game was several years ago. That stunk. But now you have your online modes and you have your battle royale for that and everything. So as gamers, I know we're always complaining and saying there's no good games to play. There's plenty of back catalog games to play.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of online live service games to play. The studio should realize that the gamers can fucking wait specifically for your single player story mode games. We can fucking wait. We just want it to be good.
Yeah.
And what Rockstar does is what Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead 2 took 7 years.
Something like that, yeah.
7 years for Red Dead 2, and that is one of the most beautiful, well-made games that we've gotten of all time. So I'm willing to wait. Grand Theft Auto 6 has taken 12 years. 2013. So it's actually going to be 13 years by the time it releases. 13 years. I'm willing to, if it's going to be fucking good and perfect, I'm willing to wait. Okay. Because I'm occupied with other games coming out, and I can occupy myself with online live service games as well. So these single player story mode games from these developers don't need to compete and push things out as fast as they can, because we got other stuff to play, man. Let's build the anticipation and let's build up the hype, and we can watch all the fucking hype videos that we want on YouTube. What's next? What's GTA doing? Whatever, like we used to do for Star Wars when we used to be excited for Star Wars. But you know what I'm saying?
I do. You're exactly right. We can wait, but I think in some cases, and I just remembered I wanted to add this in here, the trust has been lost, because we got this news earlier in the week that Marvel is reaffirming their alliance with Insomniac, and Insomniac has lost my trust. Now, Peter, I know you're going to play Wolverine Day One. You said you're going to play Wolverine Day One, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to see how you feel about it before I go near it, because Insomniac broke my trust with Spider-Man 2. 10 out of 10 gameplay, dog shit story. And if the story is bad, as primarily a single player gamer where I play RPGs, I play strategy games, that kind of stuff, I need a story to get me into it. The gameplay is great, but I want the story to keep me invested. As Jed always says, you got to get something to get us invested in it. I feel like when I hear stuff like this, that they're okay with still doing stuff with Sweet Baby Inc. Even though I know Sweet Baby Inc., they've been put away, but their tendrils spread out. They're underground now. I feel that if the gaming industry is going to bring our trust back, one, they need to shorten these these production times. Try to, if you put the time in, shave a year off all of these things. Just because it goes longer doesn't mean it's going to be good. Look at Dragon Age Veilguard. God help us. Look at Dragon Age Veilguard. Over a decade, went through 4 different teams, and they crapped out Queerdo, the dating simulator. It was what's that basically, a bunch of true Queerdos doing that shit. So I want to believe again. And that's why I bring it back to Square Enix. Square Enix, I feel like they still want to earn my trust. They're telling me we're going to reinvest in Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. I don't play Nier, but good for that because it's a popular franchise and they do good work with it. They're investing in their anime and manga side of stuff. They're showing me we're trying to keep it the way you always expect it. We're going to give you more 2D HD remakes of classic games. We're going to put the time in. We're gonna come back with a new expansion to Final Fantasy 14. We're gonna come back, make a better one than the last one. Dawn Trail kind of flatlined, not the greatest, not the worst, but not the greatest. But we're gonna come back, do it again. We hear you, and I just can't trust. I mean, am I the only one that feels like the trust has been broken in so many ways? I'm not just talking Insomniac, Sweet Baby Inc., that kind of stuff, but the trust has been broken in so many ways that I feel if we're going to return to an age of normalcy, trust needs to be restored. And I'm waiting to have that trust earned again.
Well, how many studios have broken our trust? Rocksteady. Rocksteady was in our good graces with all the Arkham games, broke our trust with Suicide Squad. Insomniac ruined a lot of people's trust with Spider-Man 2.
Capcom, Konami, Bandai Namco, they've all broken our trust.
Like the trust is
I'm
absolutely
still on the
broken, and
Capcom
that's
train with Resident
affecting
Evil.
them.
Well, okay, okay. That's
Capcom hasn't ruined me yet.
Resident Evil. They seem to be right, but their other properties, they're taking
Mm-hmm.
dumps on them. And because they bought into a lot of the shit over in Japan. That's the problem. Capcom mothership bought into a lot of shit. So
You have CD
Resident
Projekt
Evil-
Red fucked over a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
Bethesda.
Bethesda. I was going to say that.
Nobody
next, yeah.
trusts Bethesda and Todd Howard. I know he's on the outs, but who knows? Who knows that the next Dragon Head might not be worse.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Nobody
Disaster.
trusts Ubisoft anymore. So how many other gaming studios are there that our trust hasn't been broken? I
You
mean,
go
you
to the
have
double
Rocksteady, but people,
Rockstar, that's all that's left.
yeah, you have Rockstar, but people are worried about Grand Theft Auto 6 being gay.
And that, I mean, but that's the thing. Like Rockstar is the last beacon of hope. And Beard, I'm gonna get to your question that you asked before. I
Right.
actually want to jump into that a little bit. But like Rockstar is the last beacon of hope. And this is what I've said to Adam several times. Everything
Here we
has
go.
to die in order for the Phoenix to rise to the ashes.
We're not allowed to have hope in Dre's world, Beardo.
It's not a lot of hope left. But this is the thing. Like I'll give Rockstar a pass because yes, have there been elements of whatever modernism, whatever the case may be, but they keep their core of who they are. That's right. You can yawn, fat boy. Like it's so like they have made it their business to still produce games that people actually want to buy throughout this whole arc of madness over the last decade. So for Rockstar, and that's why that's why everybody is going to get Grand Theft Auto. Everyone that has the cash, they're either gonna get it by hook or by crook. They're gonna get their mittens on it because Rockstar never betrayed us, and that's the reality. That's the reality.
Trust is big.
It's huge. It's huge. Everyone else has moonwalked and went back and like, oh, you should cut your penis off because being a penis is cool and all that. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's madness. Like everybody has drunk the freaking Kool-Aid, Jim Jones style. All right, and then and everyone's gone freaking crazy except for the people that's making money. The only people that's still making money are the ones that have not reneged on it, and that's the big key. And so yes, Adam, I agree.
Renege?
The trust.
Am I allowed to say that word?
Yeah, you can say renege. If that's
Okay, all right.
yes.
We have Diversity Shield on this show too. We're fine.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Adam, renege ain't got nothing to do with niggas. All right, renege.
I think this is the third week in a row he has slipped that in here.
Renege is like taking back what you've done before, kind of like.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Like was it Indian giver? But I don't guess we can't say that anymore. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing. It's to take back on your word.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so everyone else has done it except for Rockstar essentially. Now, something Beardo had mentioned earlier about the single players and the
Online live service.
online. The reason why these worlds can't coexist is because those two types of studios that run those games hate each other. That's the reality. The reality is that everybody hates Fortnite. Every studio that's not big, huge games hates them. Everybody hates them because they were successful overnight on a game that technically it never released.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the original
it
concept
was
for
it was in
Fortnite.
beta from like 2017 to 2020. It was in beta for like 3 years.
Exactly. And a game that never released, they made every inch of freaking gold and diamonds and pearls. They made all the freaking money on a game.
All the money
that
on the
was-
side content.
Exactly.
On
And
the
so the
skins and
people
stuff.
that run those studios that run single player games, that if your single player game isn't amazing, you're not going to sell. Like let's just take, Assassin's Creed. I mean, granted, that's low hanging fruit, but let's just go ahead and reach for it. Like Assassin's Creed, Shadows, everybody and their grandmama knew this game was an absolute piece of trash. Everybody knew. And there was a fan base that was locked in on if this game was actually going to be legitimate as far as looking at Japan and having a Japanese protagonist, male, female, whatever the case may be. That junk would have sold gangbusters because everybody and their grandmama was asking for a Japanese
For a decade.
for decades.
Ghost of Tsushima stole all
junk.
that momentum, though.
Exactly. And but it goes all the way back to the same point. They're still chasing they're chasing the dragon essentially because they know they have to put forth an effort in order for them to make money on a single player game because you have to be immersive. it has to be interesting. You have to have a protagonist that's actually any good. You have to have side content that's going to be really excellent. Fortnite ain't got to do that.
No.
Fortnite ain't got to do nothing. Like, hey, get
All right.
everybody in here and build weird stuff, and then
I got a
let's
question.
contract Disney.
I got
Go
a
for
question because Peter's playing current season Fortnite. Someone not me on the outside who doesn't play Fortnite, has no interest in playing Fortnite, has never had an interest. If you had asked me flat out, can The Simpsons be a successful season on Fortnite? I would have said, God, no, The Simpsons is horrible. But it's successful right now, isn't it?
100%.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. And I don't like The Simpsons. I've never watched a single episode of The Simpsons. I was always a Family Guy guy.
Family guy.
I was a Family Guy guy. But it's fun. The new Simpsons Fortnite update, it's fun, man.
Fortnite, and again, I don't play it. I don't want to play it. I'll make fun of it, but in the end, I have no opinion on it because I've never played a second of it, so I can't have an opinion on it. But they know the recipe for appeasing their customers. Find an IP, make a deal, and make it the world. Because we've seen. I've watched some people play Fortnite. You make the map, you make certain segments, the IP parts of the world.
They did it with Star Wars.
Yeah.
They did it with
Marvel.
Superman and Marvel. Yeah.
But literally, this entire map, it's the entire Simpsons world. They
Correct.
Not just a section, made it the whole damn town of Springfield.
Mhm.
So they know what they're doing. And everybody goes back and plays. They buy the skins. They do it. I know when the Power Ranger stuff, you bought all the Power Ranger stuff.
I did.
You unlocked all the shit that you played it to unlock it.
Everything.
Now it's all yours.
Yep.
And they did a good job. And it was respect. And here's the thing too. God help us, Fortnite is respectful of the IPs that they have partnership with. Who else?
They do it better.
Yeah. Who does that? Who else does
Fortnite does IPs better than the owner does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's insane, man.
It is insane. And so you look at that, and now Jed. Well, Jed's quiet because I'm going to throw him a question right now. He's going to I'm tagging him in. Jed, we mentioned it. Ubisoft. What was good in Ubisoft has become those who make Expedition 33, which is the AA. The AA seems to be earning our trust over and over again right now.
Because these are the real fans. These are the real gamers from back in the day and the real devs. Because, the great Ubisoft people from back in the day, they went off and made their own studios. And Helldivers, it's a similar situation where that IP wasn't working with the bigger AAA studios. They didn't want it. And the smaller companies were made to fuel that passion. And passion doesn't look good to the money men, at least initially, until something's successful. It's unproven. Passion isn't dollars. So, pretty much everything AAA will at least garner a, not necessarily trust right off the bat, but you're willing to give it a chance. And that's not something we can say of really any AAA studio right now, that we're willing to give it a chance until it proves it's worthy of that. AA, I immediately am more interested in the game when I hear that it's AA, and I don't think I'm alone in that sentiment. I mean, the lying alone from these AAA studios is making them entirely untrustworthy, because recently we got the numbers for Assassin's Creed Shadows. The real sales numbers came out. Nobody's talking about them because nobody cares, but it is the worst selling Assassin's Creed game of the last 5. The entire RPG era, it is the worst selling one. It sold worse than Mirage, which was a glorified DLC. But when Shadows was coming out, it was getting glazed. The studio was bragging about it. The 3 million players in 3 days crap. And then it turns out that it's actually an abysmal failure. They propped it up like the greatest thing ever, and it was the worst thing in the last decade. So we can't trust these studios, anything out of their mouths. We can't trust that they're going to make quality. We can't trust anything from them. But with a AA, you see the passion. You see the Expedition 33 creators out there just smiling and saying, hey, yeah, I love Final Fantasy. I love this. And just nerding out. When you see a developer nerding out with people, you know that there's at least care and passion into the project. And gamers can feel that. Same thing with movie audiences and everything like that. You feel the passion, and you're willing to forgive a lot of mistakes made. If you see passion in there, you can get over a lot of flaws. But if it feels malicious, if it feels like you're being taken advantage of, if it feels like these studios are only in it for the money, don't care about the IPs, don't care about games, don't care about the gamers, you can feel it wafting off these products in waves, because that's all they are from the AAAs. They're products. They're not pieces of art like AA.
And you said a key thing there that sparked a memory. I got two things. One, you mentioned Final Fantasy, Expedition 33. These past few months, Square Enix has welcomed in the creators of Expedition 33 saying, we like what you're doing. Come talk to us. Help us get back on track. That's a sign of trust. He's like, oh, we're listening to the people who just did something great. We want to hear what you have to say.
Mhm.
Come talk to us. And they had a great experience. Both sides were like, yeah, we had a lot of fun. We shared a lot of ideas. And that,
Yeah, they're
that
not being
bodes well.
vindictive like Nintendo versus Power World.
Yeah,
The-
and
the
that's
Nintendo's handling
backfiring
of
on
Power
them
World
huge right
is-
now.
It's making gamers dislike Nintendo. Of course, there's that massive Nintendo audience that will love every single thing that comes out of that company. But a lot of the more hesitant people, they're responding negatively to how Nintendo's responding to Power World. But if a company just embraces their competition or the people who were inspired by them and say, hey, that's really cool, let's have a conversation like Square Enix, that makes me want to trust Square Enix. That
Mhm.
is a sign of effort. And that's all we're asking for right here is a
Mhm.
sign of effort.
Yeah. And you bring this up. You mentioned Assassin's Creed Shadow. You mentioned how bad it is. Right away, Guillermo, the pseudo guy in charge, even though Tencent's really in charge now, they made this whole big thing last week of, well, we know it was bad, but we just tried to make a game for the people that like what we're doing. It's a lot of corpo speak about this stuff, and they were just backpedaling so bad, which again says, I don't trust you, Ubisoft. You're going to try and tell us that the legions of fans that liked Assassin's Creed for decades, you don't want to speak to them anymore. You only want to speak to the people who liked Shadows. That's who you're going to trust. Gone.
Mhm.
Gone. And we know now that Ubisoft, they don't what are they do have we heard anything about the future of the rest of those AC projects they had going aside from the Black Flag remake, which everybody's going, I don't know about that.
There's still not a whole lot of news on that one with the remake, and I think it's going to be terrible because the rumors are they're eliminating all the current day story from Black
Mhm.
Flag. There's not going to be anything in the present, none of the Abstergo stuff or anything like that. There is a mobile game coming out next year, but besides
Jade
that,
is still happening.
Mhm.
It's still
They're
happening.
not talking about any of the other projects. If Shadows was actually that successful, they
Mhm.
would have announced the next game with fanfare by now. It's been out for what, 6 months now? You would have had a major announcement. Even if it was more performative than anything else, you would have had something like, hey, the future is set. It's a hopeful future. Come see what we have for you next. But we're not getting any of that. They're even being quiet about what they do have coming next, like the mobile game, like Jade. So they're in hiding basically. This is the first time they've said anything in months.
August, September, 8 months.
8 months. Yeah. If it hasn't
8
happened
months.
now, it's yeah, they're not confident in the future because the worst selling game in a decade, basically, in the last 5 games at least, that's
No.
not a good sign. That means
No.
that they need to change directions. If Mirage outsold a mainline game, you're in a terrible situation. Mirage was a garbage game. I think Mirage is worse than Shadows.
I watched you play that. It was terrible.
It was soul crushing. It was just boring, flat, and empty. At least Shadows I could laugh at. I could see the horrible things they were doing and find entertainment from it. Mirage was just soul crushing.
So now just to wrap this round, since it came up, how much do people trust Nintendo?
Too much.
Too much?
Way too much.
Too much. Look at
Nintendo's a different animal. It's like I don't trust Nintendo. Okay. I love Pokemon. Don't get it twisted. Did they get my money for ZA? They sure did. They raped me. They took my innocence.
DLC in 2 months. DLC, they're releasing it in December.
And I
But
can't
here's the
wait.
thing.
I
do
just beat it this week, actually, a couple days ago. I finally beat ZA, and there's no way I'm getting the DLC.
Dermy felt
And-
so. When we talked about this on Friday, he felt so upset. He's like, "I'm still gonna get it."
And that's my point. My point is, I'm not getting the DLC.
Okay.
I'm not.
Oh,
The
I am.
ZA was fine for Beardo. We know you worship at the altar hardcore. And that is not up for debate. That's what it is. My thing is, Nintendo doesn't even need freaking trust.
Mhm. Okay.
Their fan base is so entrenched, it's in their bloodstream. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. They're gonna make oogles of money.
If people
That's
are
the
saying
point.
that Donkey Kong Bonanza is the contender for Game of the Year, you really know that they are sucking at the teat of Nintendo too
That's
hard.
what I'm saying.
All right, so
That's what
there's
I'm
the
saying.
all
They
right.
don't need it.
So there's the question. I mean, you bring it up perfectly. The Nintendo diehards, the people who are there for that, they're there for the first party games, and maybe Pokemon.
Mhm.
So I mean, Beardo, I'm with you. They trust them too much.
Well, and that's exactly it. Like, look at FromSoft. They're putting out Dusk Bloods, a Soulsborne game that is Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how that game is going to run on a Switch. I wish it was a delayed release to PC because I'd fucking wait, and I would love to play that game on computer.
But it's Nintendo. That's not going to happen.
It doesn't look like it's going to be on computer at all.
Yeah.
And I'm worried. I'm worried about the performance of that game. But yeah, but my point is, look at FromSoft. They trust Nintendo, and they're putting an exclusive Soulsborne game on their Switch.
And that's a big deal. That
Yeah.
Nintendo hasn't really tapped into the Souls-like market. And this is an olive branch. Hey, come play it. And that might be a selling point for some people thinking about a Switch too. Oh, I like Souls games. Here's a Souls game I can only get on there. It's the exclusivity argument. It might play a role in this. And oh man, and I'm with you. I mean, the Switch 2 essentially it's a PS4. That thing might light on fire. It might combust with a Souls game with the amount of pressure it puts on
It's gonna look like Dark
program.
Souls 3, quality wise.
Yeah, or Bloodborne. Yeah, similar to those.
So there it is. So, I mean, Jed, you still haven't been sold to getting a Switch 2, so your trust isn't there. But lots of people, and it comes back to this discussion. We've had this multiple times since June. Switch 2 dropped in June, right? I got them mixed up last time. It dropped in June or July.
Yeah.
It was June,
I believe.
It was June.
Okay.
It was June. Okay, it was June. Since June, I have made the case that one, Nintendo rushed the relaunch to regain the narrative. I think they wanted to wait for the holidays around now, where they would have had the library would have been a little bit more robust, where they would have launched with Z to A, they would have launched with Metroid, they would have launched with a couple of those with the Mario Galaxy remaster, all that stuff. But they went quick, and they've had this piecemeal library with some of the exclusives for the past 7 months now, and I still don't see their plan in terms of the robust library. I don't see it. And I think for me, as someone who needs to be enticed to get into Nintendo again, it took me years before I got my Switch. I need to see titles, and I see maybe one game I would get. It's the RPG game. What was it called? Damn it. Fire Emblem. Thank you. Fire Emblem. I'm enticed on that, but I still haven't played the previous ones. So I still need to get those for my regular Switch before I would even think about getting a Switch 2 for that one. So I'm way behind on that particular backlog. But there's nothing else for me. I'm not first-party Nintendo guy. I haven't been since my Super Nintendo. And everything else they have on there, I can get on PC and the PS5. I mean, funny thing, I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles multiple times in a stream. Somebody says, "Is this on the Wii? I mean, it's on the Switch." I'm like, "No, it's on the PS5." So I can get it and play it on my console already, and it plays great. It's fantastic. So games that I can get on other things, I'm going to get there. I'm not going to Nintendo for a third-party thing because that's not Nintendo's thing. And if I'm not into for the first party, you don't have my trust because I don't think your library is going to be robust. But a lot of people trust that library, and that's fine. I just don't see the allure, especially when no new Zelda on the horizon and no new Mario title. New, like we're talking new world, new adventure, not a remaster, not a remake, not a sports game. And I've watched you guys play the sports games. That's chill stuff. We're talking Mario, new transformations. Somebody needs to be saved. He's running around. Something, a real new adventure. Do we hear any rumors about a new Mario adventure? Anything?
Not right now. No.
It should have delayed Wonder. That's what I've been saying for a while. A launch Switch 2 in the lead up to the Christmas season with Wonder delayed, Mario Kart, Metro would have been ready, Donkey Kong would have been ready Pokemon would have been ready. You would have had a massive launch. Yes, Switch 2 is one of the highest selling consoles of all time.
No doubt.
But it could always be better when you seduce me. As Dre's always saying, Nintendo doesn't know how to seduce its audience anymore. It knows how to just give its diehards whatever they feel like, and their diehards will lap it up. But for people like us from the outside, we need to be seduced. And Nintendo just doesn't even try. And it wouldn't be that much effort. And yeah, until they try to seduce me, until there's a Zelda game, that's going to be really when they can do it.
Mhm.
I'm not going to get a Switch 2 because I don't care. It's not an anti-Nintendo thing. It's not what me
It's
trying
like me.
to.
It's I don't care.
Yeah, I just don't care. I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, fuck Nintendo, I'm never going to get a Switch. No, I have no reason to at this point.
Exactly.
Pokemon might have convinced me, ZA, but I'm not a big enough Pokemon fan for that to move the needle. But if Pokemon, in conjunction with a lot of other exclusive IPs, had been Switch 2 exclusives, that would have been enough as a aspect of it. But yeah, right now there's just not a whole lot to seduce me, and I think
Well,
that's true of a lot of people.
So does Nintendo say Sega's name is Toby? His
Mm.
name is Toby.
Mm.
Thank you, Sam, for that lead-in joke there. I had to make it. Dre, you want to say something?
Yeah, I agree with Jed, and we talked about it before. You gotta get my panties off. Like you gotta work for this. All right. I'm not just gonna roll them down for you. And the issue that I'm having with Nintendo in general is that they just yeah, you like that. And the one thing that I I hate the fact that they don't have to try. That
Mhm.
bothers the crap out of me that they don't have to try. And I can blame Beardo for it, but ultimately it's because that they know that there is no competition at all. There's no one competing with Nintendo because they're in a category of their own. We talked about this before,
Mhm.
but this is the thing. I have no desire to get the Switch 2, and I think the Switch 2 is an absolute waste in every way, shape, or form. Now, if you come out and say, "Oh, new Pokemon Gen 10 is Switch 2 exclusive," my panties are down because now
And it will
now
be. It
and I,
will
it will
be
be.
in March. You're probably going to get that announcement in March.
And if that announcement comes down, now you have a reason to justify the purchase of the Switch 2.
Mhm.
Now, granted, I don't want to buy the Switch 2, but I am compelled to do so.
Just like
So I
Beardo will
can
be compelled to buy GTA 6.
exactly the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
no hope of a PC port or anything.
No.
So I'm literally I have no choice but to roll these old panties down and
Mhm.
and go on and let them have their way with me.
So I guess just to round this out, then I feel as though, despite good moves being made here and there, despite some faith in Double A, despite even a venerated, no, venerated company like Square Enix making good moves, trust is still lacking in our gaming world. We have all been severely beaten up the past, I will say, decade for a lot of reasons, and I personally, I want to have hope. God damn it, Trey, I want to have hope, but I'm not cynical. I'm not being, I don't want to be negative, but I'm looking forward to next year. And then this, I'll end it with this. Let's end on a positive note. Uh, at this moment, I can count maybe 3 games I'm looking forward to. New games, not remasters, not stuff like that. New games that may be are coming out next year. Do you guys have anything that's jumping out at you? GTA 6 aside, let's take that off the table.
Yeah.
Let's take that off the table. That's a gimme in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
So, I mean, for me, I'm looking at Crimson Desert as an RPG. If it does come out, Final Fantasy 14's next expansion, and and also it's the, I keep forgetting what it's called. It's the pseudo Fey-like action adventure RPGs to be taking place in London with the voice actress who did Mayel in Expedition 33. She's the voice actress of the lead character. I forget what the game is called. I'm looking forward to that one. I keep forgetting
That
what
one
it's
looks
called.
interesting. I don't remember
Yeah.
either, but
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's a
does look good.
couple other action RPGs that are looking kind of good, but that's it. And some of those don't even have confirmed dates yet. But that's all I got. I got maybe 3. There are other games I want, but they're usually remasters or this and that. And there's no announcement on Final Fantasy Remake Part 3 yet, so I can't put that out there. So, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to next year that you either trust that I'm going to be down for this? I know you guys are going to say Resident Evil, right? You're going to say that.
I have 2, yeah, and they're both sequels. Resident Evil 9 Good Faith, that's going to be a day one pre-order for me, and also the new Lego Batman game.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. That's all I know of that's coming out next
Yeah.
year. Then that's really all I'm excited for.
Yeah, I mean, everything else is backlog, remakes, remasters that I'm interested in too. Jet?
There's only one game I'm looking
Oh,
forward
okay,
to, and
Trey.
it's actually at the end of this year, and
Mm.
that's Marvel Cosmic Invasion. That's like the only game
People-
I'm really looking forward to
Yeah, see, that didn't appeal to me.
because it's a beat 'em up, and I'm a
Yeah.
slave to beat 'em up games.
Okay,
so
all right.
I'm
You're a slave.
a slave.
You're a slave.
gosh.
Slave. Oh yeah,
Mammy.
singing Negro spirituals the whole way. I have every Streets of Rage that's ever been invented. I have every Golden Axe game. I have every Ninja Turtles game, like every single side scrolling beat 'em up I have. So
Mhm.
they have
That's
me
fair.
by the ankles.
That's fair.
They
That's
they
fair.
have me by the ankles and by the balls. So they're gonna get my money. And it looks like this game's actually gonna be a lot of fun. And they actually look like they got the multiplayer that's actually more than 2 people. Please, God Lord, Streets of Rage 4, what a disappointment that online was. But this game looks like it's gonna be a whole mess load of fun. So they're gonna get my money come December. So, but next year, 2026,
Mm.
there's nothing really on my. Oh well, Lego Batman. I probably will get that because that Lego Batman's great. But other than that, nothing really.
Mhm. Jet?
Well, for me, next year looks a lot better than this year did. This year, I was surprised by Expedition 33. That came out of the blue for me. I wasn't anticipated for it or anything like that. The only game I was looking forward to was the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I hated. So it wasn't a great year for me gaming wise, with the exception of Expedition 33. But next year, Lego Batman, I'm actually really excited for. Resident Evil 9, I'm finally playing that franchise for the first time. I've been talking to Peter a lot with that. I played 2, 3, and 4 now, and even though the gameplay and story is the best in 4, I just love Jill Valentine. So 3's probably my favorite out of the ones that I've played thus
Really?
far.
3
Just because
remake was
Jill.
like the most hated.
Really? No, I just like Jill a lot. I didn't care one shit about Carlos, but 4 was by
Mhm.
far the superior game. I just really like Jill.
Mhm.
But I'm looking forward to 9 quite a bit. I'm going to start playing 7 here in a little bit, and 8 hopefully
Titties.
before it comes out. Yeah,
Yep, Lady D.
Lady D.
Lady D.
Lady D. Listen,
Yeah.
even I know who Lady D is. I don't play those games.
7 is by far the scariest, in my opinion,
I'm looking
especially being
forward
in
to it.
first person.
I'm very much looking forward to trying those out, and it's a great franchise. I've always had a lot of respect for it. So 9, I'm looking forward to, even though there's drama about it being a female protagonist or whatnot. The reasons why are selling me absolutely on it.
Mhm.
But a game I found out just this week is coming out next year, hopefully, that was actually announced a few months ago. I wasn't aware of, is there's a big Expanse game coming out, and I love
Yeah.
those books and the first half of that television show. It sounds like it's going to be a lot like Mass Effect, where it's a cover shooter RPG and choices matter a lot. I'm a little worried since it's taking place during the events of the TV show, during the good seasons. So how is it going to interact with
How
the
much
main story?
freedom?
Yeah, how
real
much freedom
narrative
can
you
you
have,
actually
yeah.
have? They're selling it on that your choices matter, but
Mhm.
you're within the rails of what's happening in the periphery in the main story. But the trailer looks really good. I love this world. The accurate science fiction in it is something that appeals to me. So yeah, I keep discovering new games that I'm hopeful for next year. And none of them are real big AAA, because that game I don't believe is the AAA studio. At least
Probably
it's
not.
probably
Not with the
distributed by
Expanse.
one.
It's
Yeah,
a niche.
it
niche,
looks
yeah.
it looks really good though, like a high quality AA at least.
Mhm.
So yeah, next year's way more excited for next year than I was this year. So I have hope for gaming that I haven't had in a long time.
That's good. That's good. I mean, for like I said, for me, it's mostly double A's. The only AAA studio I'm excited for is anything coming out of Square Enix. Everything else is double A related, whether it's some very dark fantasy RPGs or or a couple strategy RPGs or strategy building. We might get Witcher 4 next year.
I doubt we'll get it next year, but it's always possible.
You're
I think-
you're the one I watch for that. I'm not getting that day one. I'm watching you first. For that one.
Yeah, and it's Cyberpunk. They're known for delays. They're known for launch
Mhm.
issues. So even if there is a release date next winter or something like that to
Mhm.
release, then
Push
I
back.
fully predict that it'll get delayed.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Ending on a positive note. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.